How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another Monday live stream. A couple new things today. Well, first, the thing that you can hear, new music, new background music. By the request of a viewer that I recently had the pleasure to visit in his beautiful, beautiful room a couple 100 kilometers away from me. He was so annoyed by the background music. He couldn't stand it anymore. That minute-and-a-half loop bouncing around. So I'm trying out a new thing. I'm trying out a new background music, stuff that you heard before. Those are songs from the bank in YouTube. You probably heard those songs in another video. I'm not hiding here. I'm not trying to make my own background music yet. It's probably going to come eventually. I think it will make a better personality to the channel if I have my own music, if I make my own music, and I believe I have the skill to do that. I can definitely play guitar and bass. Now, if you excuse me and give me a second here, for some reason, my Chrome tabs is way too small, and I cannot read what you guys are saying in the chat. Well, I can see Rolf. Summertime already? Yes. And is it to my understanding that it's not the case everywhere in the world? If so, let me know, guys, because it's going to be a long stream if I have to wait an hour until everybody show up. So let me know while I'm, trying to make the chat bigger. Ah, damn it. This is going to take me forever. I'm sorry. How's it going? Tell me, guys, how was your weekend? I'm struggling very hard here to find. Actually, I don't even remember where you can change that on Chrome, the size. Okay, I think I see it. Oh yeah, I got it. All right, I got it. It's not doing it on my window, but okay, it's gonna be one of those streams where I'm gonna lean in to see what you guys have to say. Nice angle. Thank you very much, Rolf. I'm trying this new angle thing. I believe it's better. I believe it's showing a better view of the console, because this is what was bugging me about the other one before. It was not really showing the console. I tried to show some stuff on the interface, and I was like, oh, it's there, and you saw like that big in the bottom because of the angle when I was writing fader and stuff like that. I believe this is more interesting. The other day, I stumbled across one of my old video where I had a GoPro here, and I was like talking to, well, I'm gonna do it this way. I was talking to the console this way, to the camera, and having the console sideways. I thought it was better, honestly. So, oh, hold on. Do I have the zoom option? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Okay. Looking like a fool while trying to get the window bigger, right? No, it's not happening. So, okay. It's gonna be one of those where I struggle. Sorry, guys. You guys are used to that, right? I cannot make the font any bigger. Or can I just zoom in? Can I just zoom in with my... No, I can't. Okay. Okay. Interesting information from Rolf. Summertime start at the end of March in Europe. I don't know why. I thought it was everybody at the same time in the world, but no, it's not. All right. Okay. Hold on, guys. I cannot read the bottom of the chat because of some stuff that I had, so we're gonna go through this together. I want to be able to read you guys, so I'm just gonna go here. I'm gonna make this window bigger. because I believe this is how you can do it in Chrome. Oh yeah, I can make that way bigger. All right. Now I can see from my screen on the other side. Let me see if I can make that. Oh yeah. I think I made it even too big. Getting there, getting there. There will be a show today. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna answer your question about the wing and my new setup. And I made that way too big. Hold on. Because right now, I used to have, you know, a really tiny character. Now it's like one comment, take the whole screen. So let's go just in between, you know. If I can just calm it down a couple step, maybe one more. Okay. You know, I tried to get the 150%. Usually is what I need. And I think I was somewhere to like 300%, which is way, way, way too big. Okay, I got it. Now I can read you guys. I can read from really far away, but with the prompter, the fact that it's a mirrored image, it's a little flood. So I need to have bigger letters if I want to be able to see what's going on. So, summertime starts, actually it started last weekend in Canada, and I believe the state too. So North America was a little early. And yes, of course, there's some stuff that don't change. Patrick, please. The cup, right in the middle of the no, the middle of the surface is actually here. If you allow me to just bring down the fader, and that you guys can see them. All right, way better. Tell me what you think about the music in the background. If it's too loud, if it's too annoying. Let me know. I'm gonna try to change that. I'm trying out a new playlist. I've just mixed a couple songs together a few minutes ago, so let me know how that flow. Fred, bonjour. Actually, yeah, last week we had a stream in French. It's probably not gonna happen anytime soon because I had probably one of the worst view and one of the, not the worst attempting, but I had one of the worst playback of history on that video. So I think there's a market for it. Maybe not all the time. You know, maybe I should bounce and do like once every 3 months and people are gonna show up. But right now, not ideal. Also, tell me how is my voice on this stream. I'm monitoring through a new pair of headphones. Not sponsored at all. Well, not this video, but I just released a video where I talk about the KZ brand. If I can just switch back to my OBS. Okay, I can see where I'm going. I talk about the KZ brand, KZ brand. Tried these headphones, and honestly, those are the most expensive of the bunch. I was told that the price that I was given are not really good, but they are advertised at around $46 to $50 USD. I don't know how this is translating into other currency. I think it's Patrick that told me that in Europe the price are not the same. So I've checked the information that I was provided to do the video, to do the sponsorship, and I checked the link in the description, and it convert to Canadian to me, and it's about right. Maybe $1 or $2 on some lower, on some higher. So it's just to give you an idea. I don't know if it's the case for everybody in Europe, but here it's, I would say, within range, you know, within 10% of the price. So I'm not going to redo the old video because the price are off by 5 to 10% on some of the headphone for North America. If it's not the case for Europe, I can maybe edit the post under the video and say price may differ from Europe. Let me know. Patrick, what I've done last week and last weekend, I compiled a console server, the HTTP server that can serve web page with get, put, post, and JS and other script. and know about the OSC to talk to any OSC device. Okay, so you're working on some stuff, right? And can also launch on put and post user, return application, any language, and it's only the joint for the server code, so you can write your own fun stuff. Okay, honestly, Patrick, tu m'impressionnes. I'm impressed by how knowledgeable you are of all that stuff. It's not my cup of coffee. It's not my cup of tea, honestly. I like to understand that stuff. I like to understand automation. I do more and more. I'm currently deploying a light system at a room in a venue that I'm working, where I have, slave device talking to each other, but I'm still under the old DMX thing and ArtNet and network. That I understand fairly good now, but when it comes to OSC, I have absolutely zero background into that stuff. I have a little bit of background in electronics, soldering, network. Now that I redid my whole house, basically I have Wi-Fi and server and stuff like that, and I'm probably gonna update that stuff, because let me tell you guys what's happening now. You're probably gonna notice a couple more videos, or you will notice that I post more frequently on YouTube now. I've been in a blitz of just releasing videos. I filmed 2 videos for the Wing this week. Film a sponsorship for wireless headset that's going to come out soon. If you're a member of the channel, by the way, you can see those video right now if it's something that interests you. But I filmed 4 or 5 video last week, and I have some more coming up. I still need some ID for you guys to give me idea about doing video, about doing, I don't know. I'm struggling a little bit here. I'm debating where should I go with the channel still, because I don't have much to talk about, especially for the Wing. I have a couple other things coming in, like microphone reviews. Tell me, I want to have your opinion, guys. What do you think of me? And be all out. I'm gonna take all your comment with a grain of salt and maybe some lime and tequila, but I really want to know what you guys think. If it's okay, if it's fine for me to do some review video about new product that are proposed to me. I have, maybe I'm using the wrong word here, but I've been offered a lot of sponsored video, sponsored content from people last month. I don't know why. I don't know who found my email, or maybe it's because I went over the 5,000 subscriber count on YouTube. A lot of, I would say some affordable brand, are asking me to work with them. They want to provide me some product. They give me a product and they go like, if you like it, do a video about it. Is it fine for you guys to get that in your feed from me? Basically, I want to be honest with my audience. I don't want to lose my credibility, because I think I built some kind of credibility with you guys. I just want to make sure it's okay. I just want to make sure it's fine. I want to change, not the channel, but I want to change the way that things are rolling for me in life, and maybe becoming a YouTuber is an option for real. The fact that a lot of brands are slowly getting in touch with me, I now see that door slowly open in front of me. I don't know how well. I don't know what's going to be offered to me. I refuse a couple of product placement, like somebody asked me to do a clipper, hair trimmer stuff, and I was like, no, this is not really for my crowd. They didn't want to have an insert, because I would do it under an insert into a video, but they you know, they asked me if I want to do a 5-minute video about a beard trimmer, and I'm like, well, first I just lost my beard, shaved it like an hour ago, and no, it's not my crowd. But when I was asked by Temu to do like in-ear monitors, and when I was asked by actually it's the other way around, I was looking for a pair of wireless communication headset, and I contact Came TV. You guys see the video soon, but get some background before. I contacted Came TV, and I saw that they had a lot of YouTuber on their website, people that I know, people that I recognize from other, and I was like, would you guys be interested in sending me a kit and I do a review? And if I like it, I'll do a review. And they were like, yeah, sure. How many headsets do you want? How many? And they just, you know, did it. And in my great wisdom, I also asked another brand, so I will have 2 video review coming about headset. Okay, hold on. Let me go back in the chat a little bit. I want to see. I don't want to go too fast today. Don't worry, guys. I'm reading every single comment here. Don't worry. Rob's question that he asked about 10 minutes ago. I've got an X-Touch for use with my MR18, XR18, and Reaper. Would it work with Wing Rack? That's a really good question. I have absolutely no information about that. Maybe, because it's probably going to share the same protocol. It's probably, and Patrick can probably confirm that. I think it's the X-Touch is talking over OSC, so it can probably be mapped. Maybe a firmware update would be needed, but I don't see any reason why it cannot be at some point put together. Hear me out. I'm no expert, like I said. All that is into is not my background. It's not my really field of knowledge. Maybe Patrick can tell us if the physicality of that thing can happen, but because he knows a lot about that stuff. But I'm not the one that you should really ask for that, to have the background to answer that question. But I don't see any reason why, from my perspective, why it cannot be integrated, if not at the release, maybe in the future. Patrick's to follow on with Patrick, what he was saying about his new setup. Started with a request for someone who has several bands using the Wing in their church, and he wanted the band to use the band user to be able to set their own member name without touching the console. Okay, so it's a web-based. Okay, now I get your whole thing, Patrick. Okay, makes way more sense. Web-based. Honestly, I love web-based app. You can just, or web-based interface with device, because you can access it from anything. I have an old iPad. This is what I'm using for you as a prompter. I have an old iPad, and as long as I can connect to a Wi-Fi network and enter the IP of a web interface for a device, I can control it. No app, no nothing. And if it's well done, it's working usually really good. So thanks for the precision, Patrick. It totally makes sense. About the review thing, yes, it's okay, but please review only stuff you have expertise in. I hate the useless unboxing and random product by someone who know nothing about. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna keep it relevant to the channel. You know, the headset thing so far is maybe the thing that I'm less comfortable with, where I've been using wireless headsets for a year, but other than just set them up and make them work, that's about it. I think I went deep enough in the headset to, you know, I'm talking about the audio range of it, I'm talking about the frequency range of it, and the overall results. So I think it's not just a pointless product placement on a YouTube channel that is 5 minutes long, which is, I'm going to call it a glorified unboxing. It's not a glorified unboxing. I'm not interested in those. I'm interested if some company or some brands want to send me stuff over and want to have my opinion on it. In opinion relative mostly to price in most cases, to be honest, because you can have a really, really good $50 microphone. It's not a Neumann U87 or whatever old vintage mic that worth $20,000. It's probably gonna work. It's probably gonna be fine. Is it a good option, let's say, to something? Let's compare. Let's be honest and say, versus a SM57, 58. Is it a good microphone? Does it offer a decent sound quality? Does it have any? You know, if a fine microphone is worth $40 to me and it comes with a cable, is that fine for $40? That's probably the question that I would try to answer. Because there's a lot of microphones out there. Some of them are probably overpriced for what they are. If you compare to the industry standard, well, you know, you guys get the idea. There could be a good $50 mic. There could be a good $150 mic. But to me, a good build like a tank option for vocal microphone that is not an SM7B, because everybody seems to freak out about SM7B when it comes to, you know, doing podcasts or stuff like that. Just get a damn SM58. It's all you need. Seriously. You don't need anything fancy. You don't need, you know, SM7Bs or RE20 or MD421 to get a decent sound. SM7B, SM57. If you want to really have my opinion, and you're doing a podcast, go with a Beta 57. If you know how to speak into a microphone, go with a Beta 57. That's what I like to use on most of my vocal nowadays. It's a super cardioid pattern. It's gonna pick up right where it is. It's gonna sound awesome, and it's 100, maybe $200. If not, SM58. You cannot go wrong with an SM58. Or if you want the Sennheiser, the 935. They work fine. So, okay. Thank you for the comment, Patrick. Matthew, taking brand offer is cool, awesome. It's a result of hard work you've invested. Thank you very much. Once you notice any error in their system, call them out. Call them to fix it. Okay. Oh, sorry. I tried to. My trackpad here is scrolling too fast. Okay. Oh, I can use the arrow. Well, just learned something. If you do mic reviews, please tell us if the condenser mic are extremely biased. Okay, Greg, I'm really curious to know about that. Externally biased, RF bias, or permanently biased capsule. How do you do that? Because I've never heard of capsule bias before. What's up, Charlie? Okay. Aw, come on. Okay, okay, about the X-Touch, maybe will, but likely not as easy as this. Does the X-Touch... Is the X-Touch working with the Wing right now? I do not know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work over MIDI, because I know the Wing for sure is doing MIDI. So with MIDI cable, it's probably gonna work. Maybe not over network. That will be the difference. Patrick, as a result of your review, I bought 3 pair of KZ in-ears. Oh, guys. Okay, good. Well, actually, they're some of them are fine. The entry levels, questionable for musician. Well, they're gonna get you through a gig, but good sounding ones are the one that I'm keeping in my backpack today. I'm using the KZ, the ZS10 Pro X, but I prefer the non-X version of these. They are a little different. Go check out my video. I have the link in the description if you want to buy them. I think they are like $25 US. And to me, they're fine. They sound good. I don't know how resistant they are. I know for a fact, okay, I can talk about brand because I'm not under a sponsor video. I know for a fact that the Shure SE215, which is my recommendation for everybody who wants to buy a pair in-ear, they are really reliable. You can almost step on them and they will still work. You can sweat that they're gonna work. I don't know about these. I didn't try them out on a show yet. Maybe I would do a review of what about, you know, after 3 months of use, after a year of use, how they survive. But so far, the entry one, the you know, $10 one, or the free one that they give you with the code in that video, they are fine to listen to music. They are fine if you really want to do a show with them, but my concern would be after a while, maybe the driver will tire it out, and I believe they are single drivers, so it's gonna get you through a gig if you don't want to spend too much. But if you got the money, go just a little bit higher on the range. I think you will get a better product. If you're about to spend money, you will get a better product. The X-Touch doesn't currently work with the wing. Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, so might not be that hard to write, being done many times. Using the mixing station can do the trick. Yeah, maybe. Had this running already. Oh, that's weird. Oh, we've been going for a while. Okay. What's up, Herman? Good to have you around, man. Been a while. Oh, you didn't buy 3 pair, a 3rd pair. The 10s Pro non-X one. Yeah, honestly, my favorite of the bunch. Rob, you use the KZ for KZ, KZ. I'm gonna say both, guy. For many years, and they have been good, great overall. Yeah, I think they look promising. They look promising. I have some friend of mine that own a pair of KZ, KZ for a couple years. He bought them in like 2016, 17, and oh, Patrick, you got the same thing. Bought a pair of KZ in 2017, still work good, and they actually got quite a views. Okay, there's 2 things that will kill the in-ears. It's the sweat, the heat, and the amount of volume, the amount of stuff that you're driving into them that will destroy them. But yes, I'm like Rob. I love the Shure connector better because these. Those 2-pin connector here, man, not a fan because they don't swivel. That's the thing with the Shure connector, they swivel. So if you take a bud like this and you turn it around, it will swivel on the cable, where this one is just gonna bend the connection. So I think the Shure are a better design, but they come with a price. $100, I believe, for a pair of 215. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if you guys prefer that, but I think honestly for 40 bucks and maybe get an extra cable somewhere, you can probably have that added to your package. Get an extra cable for your in-ear. You never have enough cable. especially if you are using these in a professional or semi-professional environment. Getting a spare cable will save you some headache of, like, you know, breaking the cable, because that's usually the thing that goes bad. It's not the in-ear itself, it's the cable. It either get corroded, because I have my 846 with me. The cable is now looking green. It used to be clear, and I don't know how well you guys can see this, but this is not clear anymore. They start to have some green spot. So after a while, it's gonna be too corroded, and that's my second cable, by the way. I've been keeping these 846 for around 5 years with me. 5 years already, huh? Yep, if not more. It's probably even more than that, maybe 6 years now. And yeah, I had to change the cable. Too corroded. It changed the tone, because it's the corrosion in the cable is gonna affect the impedance of the cable. Instead of having 0 ohm, which is not true, but let's say instead of having 0 ohm, if you keep adding up, it's gonna allow electricity to travel in that cable. It will be harder for the electricity to travel in that cable, and result in having less stuff going to your ear. So how did the Behringer in-ears worked out? Fine. I've been using them recently, but the thing is, they forgive way less than other stuff. They sound good, but compared to a pair of 215 in a situation where I had a little analog console with almost no EQ on them, they sounded worse, because I could not really EQ out that stuff. 2 ads in 3 minutes. Oh, okay. Let me know, Rob, if it's if it's still happening again. I'm gonna turn the ads off if it's too if it's problematic. I want you guys to enjoy the show, not to get bombed by ads. But yeah, the Behringer in-ear work fine, but you need to have a good mix for them to work fine. And now compare the price of the KZ versus the Behringer. The Behringer don't sound as much as a good deal, but they have a better design when it comes to cable, if I remember correctly. Actually, do I have them around? Oh, they're really far away, but they're in my room here. I believe they are really similar to the Shure design, right? Let me know in the comments. I'm for some reason I cannot remember right now. Okay, let's go for a question about the wing. This is why we're here. From Matthew, my question: I'm having to route bus 9 and 10 to output. I did route from AES to bus 9 and 10 left and right, and it's not working. I follow all the procedure in one of your video, how to route wing bus out. Okay, let's go. Let's dive into this. Moving the coffee away. Switching the camera, if I can hit the knob. Let's go on bus 9 and 10. Bus 9. You don't have to do much on the bus page. You just want to make sure that you have some stuff going, that you don't have a 1176 here, and your bus send is set to, oh, I disabled that. Okay. Your bus is set to 0 here. As long as your bus is on, and I'm going to do the same thing for 10, as long as your bus is up, you should be sending out signal. Now, the thing that really matters is, where do you assign those bus? You need to go in the output group. You need to go into your AES50A. I'm gonna guess you have a single stage box in AES50A here. So let's say bus 9 left and right, and 10 left and right will go in output, physical output 9. So you will have, and I'm gonna change my setup here, you're gonna have bus 9 left, Bus, oops, unlock the patch. Always unlock the patch. Bus 9 left, bus 9 right, bus 10 left, bus 10 right. I have my 2 bus over 4 output here sent to AES50A output group. And I can confirm that these are following. Yes. And on the other end, you should have signal from those bus into output 9, 10, 11, 12. Am I clear here, Matthew? Please let me know. Fred, I'm using low price in-ear monitor and they are good for me. Work, bass, good bass, good pressure on your kick. Okay, well, it depends. I mean, if you give me the option and budget is not a concert, yeah, sure, go 846 all the way. Sure, 846. I love mine. I'm keep them with me all the time. This is they've been a workhorse. They are amazingly good sounding, transparent. They can handle a lot of dynamics. But I mean, if money is a problem for you, or money, I don't want to say a problem. If money is an issue, if money is a concern, a pair of $40 KZ will do the job. Do I prefer my 846? Yes. Are they worth $1,000 more than the other one? Yes. And if they ever break, I will buy another pair. They have the version 2 now available. Not much has changed into them, but they are reliable. I've been using them for 6 years. Any kind of situation. And the thing is, most of the band that I'm working with use Shure 846. I want to reference the same thing as the band that I'm working with, so I'm going to use Shure 846. Some people might find that a non-logic, but to me it just makes sense because I want to have the same thing in my ear as the person that I'm trying to do an in-ear mix for, especially from the perspective of a monitor engineer. You want to have the same thing in your ear that your band has in their ear. Ad again? Is it just Rob? Is anybody else getting ads? Sweden special. What are you talking about, Patrick? I'm not sure to follow here. Okay, Rolf, what device do you recommend between the earbuds and the console? Are we talking about wired or wireless system? Because if it comes to no ads in Canada, no ads, just Rob. Okay. Maybe you didn't watch, maybe you turn off your ad block and YouTube is like, okay, time to bomb it. Okay. Let me know, guys. If it's too annoying, I will just shut that down. It's not the 5 cents that I make a week with those video with ad plays that is gonna make any difference for me. So if it's not over the top for now, I'm gonna keep going. If it's crazy, Sweden is under attack. Oh no! Ad bomb over Sweden. What is Ola Englund gonna think about that? Cannot wait for one of his react video. Do I need to do that's it? And if you guys don't follow Ola Englund, you have no idea. You're not in the know. Do you plug the earbud directly in the headphone jack on the console? Yes, I do. When I'm a musician performing, actually I don't. I'm using a Shure PSM 300 Pro system. And if I'm doing wired in-ear, I'm doing Behringer P1. I found one in the local ads. Somebody was selling it with a broken battery door. and I just put that on my pedal board. And when I'm doing like rock and roll gig of me playing guitar, I have a 1/4 inch with a cable extension, kind of like this one. This is how I'm connecting to the headphone jack on the console, but I have one with a guitar jack, so it's basically headphone extension and a jack all together, taped together, and I just run one for my guitar and one in the headphone of the P1, and it's been working great. You have a lot of option. It's working on the same power supply as any pedal, just need a single lead and no batteries, no frequencies to care about. Really been a good option for me. P1 it's working fine. Before with my band, we had a Power Play, the 8 preamp version, 8 headphone preamp version. Worked fine. Everybody was on that. I was doing the sound for my band, of course, and I was EQing and mixing based on that reference. Everybody had the same in-ear monitor. Everybody had, the same reference. So I figured out a way to make it sound good. I used to have an X32 rack with a Power Play 8000, I believe is that thing. And yes, Ola is cool. Ola is really cool. I like his stuff. I like his YouTube channel. He's a funny guy. He's the kind of... When you are working as a musician, when you are working as a professional sound engineer, and I had that conversation with many of my friends, musician, sound engineer, light guy, whatever, if you are in the industry and you're an asshole, you're not going to make it that far. You have to be a fun guy. You have to be somebody that all your working buddy want to hang out with, because... Spoiler alert, the music industry doesn't care about your education. The music industry doesn't care about whatever diploma that you have, whatever, I have a diploma. Here's my diploma that says that I'm a professional technician, that I graduated in the 21st day of November 2007. Finished school. I got that here. It's worthless. Totally worthless. You know who is calling me to give me contract and ask me if I want to, be involved in the project? My friend. My work friend. Musician that I've been working with for years. People that I've worked with on production, corporate event, that had the pleasure to work with me, were pleased to work with me. I deliver, I did the job. They kept my number and they kept on calling me. This is how the industry works. This is how the studio industry works. This is how everything is working in this industry. You get gig from your friend and you give gigs to your friend. So, all that to say, Ola's been around long enough. He's the kind of guy you want to hang with. He's the kind of guy that you want to have a good time. It's in his personality. He's like that. This is why he's making it so good on YouTube, because he's a jerk while acting like a jerk. Really brilliant guy. Him and his wife Louise are really brilliant people, and they just stay within the line of funny, and he make it happen. He just make it happen. That's how the industry works. This is why he's good. James, how many jobs do you get a year? It depends. It's never been the same for the last 20 years. I've been gigging since I'm 15. I started with maybe 5 or 6 a year when I really tried to make it as a, professional sound engineer. Things were starting to flow a little more, but I did a record year last year of around 200 events in my work year. I started a new company. I have a incorporation company now. I'm in Inc. And for my first full year, I scored around 200 events. I don't want to say how much that I made. That's not I think for public consumption, but I would say enough so this year I can slow it down. I try to lower that count to 100, because 100 event or gig a year should be enough for me to make a comfortable living and spend more time. Actually, the reason I want to slow down is I want to spend more time doing YouTube stuff. I think this is a better long-term career investment for me. So I want to go that route more than keep on pushing doing corporate event and rock and roll gig. And actually this year, to be honest with you guys, I have the lowest amount of band gear that I ever had, and I have the biggest amount of corporate events that I ever had. There is just no rock and roll show happening this year. I'm talking with bookers, I'm talking with friends, musician friends. They don't. Nobody is looking to hire bands so far this year. It may change, but right now nobody is hiring band. Everybody is spending their money on corporate event. This is how it rolls. Apparently enough to acquire a bunch of Midas Pro 1. Yes. 3 Midas Pro 1 and 2 DL231. I didn't pay full price. There was no way I would have done that if they were full price. Let's just say that I had a good deal on them. If not, there's no way I would have spent that. But how much was a Pro 1 when it came out? Was it like 10 or 12 grand? Let's just for fun, let's do some quick math, okay? How much the whole thing that I bought was worthing new? I got 3. I'm gonna go with 11 grand Pro 1 with the case, plus 10 grand worth of the L231. That's $43,000. There is no way I would spend that much on those console and stage bucks. Not even close. But I had a good deal. I'm gonna leave it to that. I had a good deal. And my plan so far, knock on wood, I want to make sure that nothing's changed. I just plan on putting 2 Pro 1 and the DL231 on a show somewhere. The big plan is, and I've talked about that last week in French, but I'm gonna recap for you guys. The big plan is to put the 2 Pro 1 and the 251 on a tour that I'm doing. We have about 20 show a year. They give me a small rent fee for the console. Over the next 3 to 4 years, that will pay for the console, that will pay for my investment, and I will have eventually clear out those console and add really good tool to use for the 5 year of touring on that band, or maybe 3 years of touring of that band, and I will have still some money to cover, but I will have a console. They're mine, so they will clear. Thank you. Matthew, okay, that was clear. Good. Ads again. I think you're the only one, Rob. That's weird. You get an ad like every 5 minutes. Try to just shut down your internet browser and come back. Just got an ad as well. Well, we've been going for 50 minutes, so maybe that's normal. You should have like a 5-second skippable ad about every half hour. Never seen so many. Okay, this is weird. Is it just Rob that is like overloaded with ad like that? I know there's some change that happened over at YouTube because I tried to share the link for the stream that I do today, and they changed the way to share everything. So you cannot do it the same way that I used to, just sharing a link from. I need to copy paste and share the link on every single group, where before I had a window popping out and I could do a post from YouTube to Facebook to advertise my stream like I do every Monday, and not working anymore. They changed some stuff around, so maybe they play around with publicity in Sweden. I don't know. Mr. Kumar, what's up? Is there any way to use DP48 Midas in any other mixture other than the X32 or Wing like? Yes, there is. You need to have a AES-50 connection. The protocol that the DP48 is talking is AES-50. You have option to get converter from other protocol MADI to AES-50, but they are really expensive. You can get on the Pro series of console, you can get I'm gonna say it. You can get. Oh man, hold on. You can get an expansion card. I don't know how to pronounce word anymore. You can get an expansion card for the Pro Series, and any kind of converter that can convert from anything to AES-50 at 48K clock will work. Is it the best option? I don't think so. I need to do a test, and I don't have the hardware to do that, but anybody in the chat maybe can point it out. I think you can take DL16 stage box, link them together up to 3, use one as the master clock, and send that into DP48. And you can do why I say the DL16 is, on the DL16 you have option for gain control. So you could build, if you really want to, you could build a split using 3S16, doing the gain manually on every single device. You select the channel, you go gain, and you crank the knob. You could probably do that. I didn't try it, but my understanding is it could be done. If anybody here has the hardware, just a single, DL16 and DP48 to confirm that, but I think this is an option to do a dummy split. Midas Hub 4, please remind me, Pancho, why the Midas Hub 4? I've never worked with the real unit, so... It's been a while. I don't remember every single product that Clark Technic and Midas are releasing. So I know some of them, but I don't know them all. So please enlighten your thinking here. But it's basically that. You need to just, have a source, and that source need to be AES-50. As long as you can get AES-50, I know there are converters to MADI, to Dente, to other stuff. It turns AES-50 to 4 AES-50. It's a splitter, but that's not the way that, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about, daisy chain a couple of DL16 to get 48 input, and you basically ask for an analog split from a venue or anywhere that you're going with your band. You can just set up your stage box and you can probably get that going. You set your gain on the stage box, and I don't know if that will be... Oh man, I probably have to buy the thing and try it out. Anybody in the Montreal area got a DL16 and a DP48 that can load me for like a day or two? I don't know. I would like to try that out. Okay, it's power over AS50, so it's PoE. Okay, that will be a good option. But could you... Oh, man. I would like to try that out. I don't know if it's going to work or not. But I would like to have a DL16. You have a DL16 and a DP48? Please, Charlie, if you're not up there. Okay, for next week, I got some homework for you to do, man. If you can do that. If you can set your DL16 as a master clock at 48K, can you plug a microphone, do gain on it, and send it into a DP48? And if you turn that whole thing down, will it remember the gain setting? Because I think it will. I think the DL16 will remember the gain setting if no other information is given, because it's the master clock. But I don't know. To be tried. If it's working, I think it will be a really cool way to have, you know, your split. Do a DIY split snake with 1 or 2 DL, or up to 3 if you really want to go that route, and having that could be a fun way to try some stuff out. The reason I'm not recommending S32 or DL32 for that is these stage box do not have gain control. That's the thing with the DL16. It's not. There is no function on these stage box where the design of the DL16 has one of the, you know, it's been the Hurley design for that. I believe it was the 832 cannot be master clock, but the 16 can. There you go. The 1832 cannot be master clock. But yeah, that's the reason why I say DL16, because it can be a master clock and you have gain control. There's more option or more stuff in those bucks than the regular one. So this is why I'm saying that. But yeah, to be tried. If it can work, I mean, I think it's gonna be an awesome way to go. Yeah. So, any other question, guys? It's been an hour already. I'm really glad to see you all today. It's been I was expecting, you know, less people to show up because of the time thing, but apparently you guys got the memo, got the post on Facebook maybe, and you were free to join in. Always a pleasure to do these live stream. Sorry, I'm still playing around with these in-ear. They're not I was about to say they're not a perfect fit. They're not like the one I'm used to use. So this is why they feel weird. They are different. I'm just not used to them. And maybe I think I don't have the right size earbud. So I can probably change that and see if it's a better fit. But I think these have the smaller size earbuds, and I think I need the medium size earbuds. Nope, I think I have the mediums on. I think I'm gonna need to try the bigger one. So yeah, these are the medium one. I'm gonna try to switch the earbuds, but that's the thing I don't like about KZ. If you guys want to be picky about something, the earbuds are looking weird to me. They have a really big nozzle here, and I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm so used to Shure. I've been using Shure earbuds for 10 years. And before, you know, before my 846, I used to have my E3. And I have 535. And I had the pair 215. And goddamn, these earbuds are hard to put on. There we go. Let's see if the bigger one is better. Oh yeah, I need the bigger one. Usually with other brands that I surely know, I'm using the medium size earbuds, but that's a little interesting because I know some people like to use the bigger Shure one, so Will this be an issue if you are trying the KZ? Would that be a problem? Are the big one big enough? For some people, I know it's not the case, so. They're tight. Let's put it out this way. They're really tight. Hold on. We're gonna get there. This is the joy of having live stream and live problems on the live stream. Okay. Definitely better. And yeah, again, I think I should do a video about that where I explain why you need to have the right size of earbuds on your in-ears, because it sound way better already just because I have a tighter fit on my earbuds. I got better low end, it sounds fuller. So get the right size of earbud on your in-ear when you guys are working with bands and other people that run in-ears. If you are a musician, your mix is probably, well, actually your mix is dependent of the seal that you get, because the point of having in-ear is to isolate you from external noise and only hear what you want to hear. So if you have a bad seal, if you have a bad fit in your ear, you're not gonna seal the outside world, and the energy that is sent by those in-ears is gonna also go out. So you want to have a tight seal, and honestly, way better. So that's probably the problem with these. I didn't like them because I didn't have the right size for it. What did you say, Kumar? Sorry, I cannot read. There's some stuff in the way. Hold on. When I set up the DP48 from DL32 AES, I have an issue in stereo. I root from the wing. Yes, you need to root from. I have that set up here. When you're setting up for DP48, I would suggest you to use a different line. If you have the option to use, port C, keep port A for your DL32 and use port C for your DP48. That way, instead of having bus and other stuff here, you can just leave this for your stage box and use another line like AS50C, and from here you can set up all your local input coming from AS50A. In this situation here, AS50A would be your stage box, so you can start by let's go with the 1. You can start hold on, kick, snare. Yes, you can assign all your input. Because AS50A in this situation will be the signal coming from your snake. So your 32 input will be 1 to 32, and you want to send that into output group C back to your DP48. And you probably need to do stereo input in your DP48. There's probably a way to make a channel stereo. I've never worked with DP48. I know what it is. I know the overall idea of the product, but I didn't try them myself. I'm pretty sure there's a way to link 2 input from even to odd number, from odd to even number. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 13 and 14, 15 and 16, all the way up to 31, 32. Make sure, sorry guys, that caught me by surprise. Make sure to route them correctly. I don't think you can use okay, just so that for those of you who watch in playback and don't have the chat, Kumar said I use AES50C, but I can possibly use from DL32. No, you don't, because I believe the output from the DL32, the B port on the DL32, will be your output. It's not gonna be what you think. It's not gonna be your preamp. It's not gonna do like a split. You need to use another line for that, and you need to tell it what you want to send into that line, because otherwise you would be stuck with whatever you have here. If you have bus going for your output, if you have other stuff, that's what they're gonna get from 1 to 16, or actually, yeah. So don't use the output of AES50A coming from your console to the DL32. Use another line and decide what you want to have in there. And also, if you are using local input, you need to have a way to send that to your DP48. Avoid using the same as the DL32. Use a separate line for that. You're gonna have probably more fun. It's gonna be a better time for you if you're doing this way. All right. Did I move my console too much? Yes, I did. You guys get me excited, right? There we go. Now, it's a line. Pancho, you can't use DL32 from A to B. Won't work in this condition. Yeah, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna give you the signal that you want to have into your DP48. Any other question, guys? Because it's been an hour. I try to keep the stream for at least going for an hour. And interesting. We're having a lot of fun so far. If you guys are willing to stick around. Oh yeah, you missed the beginning of the stream, Rob. Yes, I did change my background music because I went to visit a. Yeah, I'm gonna repeat that story for everybody who just joined in. Yes, I went to visit my friend Merlin, who's a viewer of the channel, and he told me, like, I cannot stand that 1.5-minute loop anymore. It's been 3 years. Change that, please. Actually, he asked me how much does it cost for me to change that music. I should have asked some money for him, but ça me fait plaisir, Merlin. No. I changed that. I grabbed a couple songs from my YouTube library, and I created a 20-minute loop. It's not, I mean, there's some songs that are over the top, like right now, the one that isn't there. It's really fun for my vlog and stuff like that, but I think for the stream, it's a little too much, too heavy. But I like the bounce. Okay. What I plan to do eventually, and I can probably do a live stream on that. I have some other stuff to do today, but I'm gonna try to build or to make myself some song, and I'm gonna try to stream that because I would like to do this with the Wing. It will be fun to have you. I'm not gonna do drums with this. I'm gonna use pre-made drums from Logic and create a 5-minute loop maybe that I can play around with, have some bass, having some guitar, maybe some synth laid over that, and do some music for my own channel. I believe it will give the channel a different personality than just using every single song that is available on YouTube that everybody is using. Because YouTube, for those of you who don't know, YouTube has a library of songs that you can use for your video. All the music that I'm using is from that library. I don't want to get copyright strike, but I can probably make my own. I have the skill to play bass, guitar, drum too, but I don't have any drum kit, so I'm probably gonna use pre-made loops from Logic, which I'm totally fine with. And yeah, probably can build that. So stick around, make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell so you get notification. Maybe we can try to get some stuff going with the Wing, record that into Logic and make a song, make a loop song, maybe make an intro song or an outro song for the channel for a couple of, you know, I have different kind of video. I have the Quick Wing tips, I have the Monday live stream, I need an intro for that. I need an intro for, well, I have the music for Quick Wing, the Quick Wing tips. Maybe I can leave it the way it is. But yeah, I'm gonna check that out. Maybe I can make some stuff. MFF planning a theater production in a few months. 20 wireless belt pack, planning to use 16 channel of Automix and putting PSE 545 extractor on each channel. Any suggestion? Bud ID? No, this is what I've been using, and recently I've been doing pretty much the same thing, but with 8 wireless mic at the Loto Quebec stream. I posted a couple picture about that on Instagram. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, here's my, let me try to get my Instagram information going. Oh, come on, I can do it. I can do it. I can. I cannot do it. And I lost you guys. Okay, hold on. Oh, come on. Okay, you're back. I've been doing the same thing. Source extractor, auto mixer. It's been working great for me. I seriously am happy with the result that I have. And now I'm opening up a bunch of HAP. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I've been doing the same thing. It's gonna work great. I've been doing this on an MR18 -1 and had a great result. The only thing that you have to consider is if you have people over talking each other, sometimes the Automix is not liking that. But with a single person talking and, you know, changing over one over the other, it's been fine. It's been working great for me. Automix, source extractor, because they work in a full chain. Okay, hold on. I got a channel here. Let me grab a channel and we're gonna see what's happening here. When you're setting up your channel for a Automix or setup like that for a musical with 20 wireless, I'm using the PSE 545 extractor. It's the first thing in the chain. It's really the first thing. So if there's no volume coming in that mic, it's gonna cut down. It reduces the signal. It's keeping it close. EQ, compression, because you want to keep, you know, the volume under control pretty much all the time. And after that, you're gonna have your fader in your post fader stuff. The Auto Mixer is post fader, so the less noise that you have coming in your microphone with the source extractor, the better it's gonna work. When there is signal going, it's gonna see, oh, that mic is talking, I'm turning you on. He's gonna lower everything else. Other mics popping up, bring that one down, let that one go. It's working as a post fader thing. It's working really good so far from what I've tested. I didn't test it on the Wing. I didn't do any corporate event with my Wing so far. Well, maybe once, but I didn't use that. And seriously, working good. Working good. In the experience that I have, it's been doing a great thing. I had a great result doing that on the stream recently at Loto Quebec. So, hold on. What's happening? I just want to scroll up because I see. Ah, man. Computers, live stream. You never know. Can I go up? I cannot go up anymore. Okay. Hitting a lot of things. There we go. Okay. Okay, there's something wrong with my trackpad, or maybe I'm grounding. Okay. Tips or tips that you probably didn't ask for, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. If you have a grounding problem with your studio, right now I'm using a trackpad. It's been causing me problem because I'm having my hand touching the metal of the wing, and I'm grounding that trackpad. It doesn't detect the electricity that I'm moving around with my finger on it really well, and it's acting crazy. I had that happen to me on my computer because I'm having my, I'm an Apple guy, I'm a trackpad guy, I'm having my trackpad on the left together with my keyboard, and they were causing grounding together. So I tried to use my trackpad, it's not working correctly because it's sending out signal out to the output of my keyboard. So I just have to separate them, move them like a hair so they don't touch, and I'm good with that. Okay. Let me try again, not touching. Let me go full screen. Can I go down with the arrows? I cannot. Okay. We're gonna do it by hand. Automixin worked great, Rob said. Good. Tommy, hey, how's it going, man? Second ads for you, Patrick. Okay, it's been an hour. That should be reasonable. Fred, I found out what to use the Automix as a smooth gate. For the 2 mics in my little garage, I had a lot of snare inside, so I put my bus drums into user input, and I use on the source on one channel, on channel 1 that goes to okay, Automix Y, like my 2 mics, and the results very interesting. Okay, not sure to understand what you're doing here. You're doing like side chaining? Yeah, it will be side chaining. Interesting, really interesting. I'd be curious to know a little more about that, Fred. Okay, thanks. I've used the X32 Automixer in the past, 8-channel and similar settings. I've not used a wing, but yeah, it's roughly the same thing. Show him the fader rider in the gate. Oh yeah. Also, yeah, something that could be interesting. Thank you, Rob, for pointing that out. In the gate section, over here, we have the Auto Rider. Of course, hold on, I didn't show you. Of course, I'm doing this when I'm not having my camera on. So usually I'm running the source extractor in my on my vocal, but you have the Auto Rider here. It's gonna be it's basically like a compressor, but with some more option, and it's helping me. Okay, well, let's go over the few parameters that we have here. This is not something that I'm usually using, so apologies if I get something wrong, but the Auto Rider is a auto level adjuster. So you have things that are important. You have the range. You give it the amount of range plus and minus that you want to have the unit operating at. You have the target. So the target is basically where you want your signal to always average. So this is my understanding. So let's say I'm gonna bring down the target to minus 48. The plugin thinks I'm too loud, so it's turning me down by the amount that I set on the range. I probably want something more like minus 21 on average. So it's gonna crank up, it's gonna slowly crank up the volume until I reach an average output of minus 21. Threshold is basically like on a gate. It will be the minimum. Below that, the plugin doesn't listen to you. So if I go here threshold, if I'm raising it all the way down, it's gonna always listen to me. And if I stop talking, he's gonna try to bring that up. Oh no, it's the other way around. Is it? Am I not getting something here? Hey, I tried to talk. It's been a long time since I've used that plugin. I'm sorry if I look like I don't know what I'm doing. It's been probably years. This is not something that I'm usually using. The speed, well, the speed, it's easy. It's how fast the plugin is going to react. If you go all the way up to 50. Is it slower or faster? Hold on. Let me bring the threshold back to where it was. No, it's going to act faster. So it's going to try to output my mic around -21. And if I stop talking, it's bringing it back to 0. If I'm shooting for -12, it's going to go even higher. If I shoot for -30, it's going to bring me down, or that's about where I am, -30, -35. Basically, you get the idea. The old time, I can set that to 0. It's going to react faster. And the range is how much you let the plugin go. So let's say that let's say a real life use for this would be 6 dB. If you have background vocal when they're not in use, you don't want them to be raised up or raised down, but it's basically like a gate and a compressor put together, if that makes any sense. It's gonna take your average level and it's gonna play around with the gain, basically, or it's not really gain, but the volume. The plugin is auto-adjusting the volume for you. It's an auto rider. If something is too low, it's gonna bring it up. If something is too high, it's gonna bring it down. I'm not always a fan of that, but a real life use case for this would be a DJ. You all know the DJs. They're gonna show up, they're gonna do a sound check, they're not gonna be like all the way up on their mixer, and as the more the night goes on, they have a good time, they want people to dance, they're gonna crank that volume. If you adjust the target volume to be, let's say, -21. I want my DJ to be always at -21. No matter how much he's got to push, even if he's like trying to give you some more, if you give it a lot of range, even if you go a little louder, the DJ is going to be always at the same level. Maybe 21 is too high for this example. I'm gonna go like 39. I want the thing to go down. So if I'm really quiet, it's not gonna bring the vocal down. But if I'm really loud, it's gonna bring the vocal down. It's gonna bring my voice down if I'm talking really, really loud. If I go a little quieter, it's gonna keep it the same volume. Be careful using this. It's not the same as the source extractor. It's a different thing, it's a different beast, but both have their use case. Way better, way less background noise, right? I hope I did that right. I was not ready for this, and it is not something that I'm using a lot. I hope you guys understand the old ID, but it's an auto rider. It's gonna ride the level for you. Different than an auto mixer. The way that I understand auto mixing is working on the MR18 from what I use a lot, and it's probably the same thing on the Wing. Yeah, I think the auto mix is going to be a better option for most people. Well, it depends on the situation. If you are in a corporate event and you have a lot of people like talking one to another, the auto mixer is going to bring everybody else down, bring the one that want to talk to. It's basically like a post fader gate. If you're not talking, it's gonna bring you down. If there's somebody else talking, it's gonna duck you. And if you are the one talking, if nobody else is talking, it's gonna bring everybody else down and gonna leave you up. It's gonna open you wise. So the it's a different thing. So I hope you gotta find your way around this. Yeah, the auto mix is taking into account the overall mix, unlike the auto writer. The auto writer is only taking account the input of that channel. Really well said, Patrick. Thank you very much. I should have said that. Actually, Patrick, you should be the one doing this show. You know where your way around the console, right? On Pro 1, the AS50 you can change from 96 to 40. Okay, on the Pro 1 AS50, can you change from 96 to 48K? And if so, do you get 48 channel instead of 4? No, you can't. No, you can't. I don't think that big nope with an exclamation point is for you, Poncho. I think Patrick don't want to do these live shows. Actually, it's been a while since I've tried to ask Patrick to do a live show with me. I've asked him a few years ago before I get my channel deleted, my first channel deleted. Patrick joined me for an hour where we spoke about a lot of things that has to do with the wing. I've asked him many times if he wanted to do it again, and probably I was too rough with him. He doesn't want to come back anymore. He's really happy just to be a mod. I didn't trash it. That's the whole story. I lost my YouTube channel. Some of you probably were not even around. I had 600 subscribers. Open to do it again? The call is yours. I sent the invitation a couple of times. Up to you. But back to my YouTube story. I used to have a YouTube channel with the same name as this one. I had to rebuild it, but I had two YouTube channels. One that used to be called the Live Sound channel, where I had a couple videos, some of my early stuff. If you go take a look at my first or second video that I have there, I think I had 3 or 4 videos. And because I was growing YouTube and I wanted to go bigger, I tried to merge my channel. But the way that I did it, I took my bigger channel with 600 subscribers at the time, and I merged my account, my publicity income account, with the one from what used to be called the Live Sound channel. And by doing so, I erased all my videos. Everything that I had on my bigger channel going for years. I had some stuff where I was talking about the X32 and MIDI back in firmware 1 point something on the X32, just to give you an idea. I was one of the first one in Canada to get my hands on an X32, and I did some smaller video with my phone back then. Had a couple, stuff about guitar. I used to have a really good PV amplifier, a PV Bravo amp. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that one. It looks exactly like those garbage PV amp. What's the Bandit? But this one has exactly the same chassis, but in the back, if you open it up, it was a full tube amp. Built like a Marshall, or actually the design from a Marshall. It was it was just before the 5150 amp were released, so they probably did some inspiration from that overall process. It was that amp that is really hard to find. They didn't make a lot of them because a lot of people didn't want to buy it because it looked like the Bandit 100 watt trash amp. Guitar players and are all about that, look on stage. Anyway, so I had one of those amp. I totally rebuilt it, changed all the capacitors in there, cleaning it, changed the tube. That amp was serviced and brand new, ready to use, and I did some video about that. Man, I miss that amp. And I had some video that I took of me playing that amp. I mic'd it up with a different mic. I still have my M160 from Bayer. I used to mic it up with that. Changed the speaker in that amp for a Creamback. It was a hot rod. It was the best it could be. I had a video that got to a couple thousand views on that, and that got deleted. All the early stuff that I did on the wing got deleted. All the interviews that I did, well, the interview that I did with Patrick was also on that channel. And 2.5 years ago, roughly, 2 or 3 years ago, I just erased all that stuff by, I would say, grade, but not really. I had 43 subscribers on the channel that you're watching right now, because eventually I end up starting over this channel. I rebuilt it from scratch. Now I'm happy. Now that I got the mileage that I got, you know, the 5,000 subscriber mark is behind me. The 1,000 subscriber mark was a huge deal for me. Now 5,000 all the way up to 500,000. I hope so. I hope I can be interesting and be on the level of the guy that get the 5,000 subscriber, the 500,000 subscriber. I mean, if Glenn Fricker doing some weirdo stuff and yelling at people can get up there, I can probably find a way with a better attitude. Well, I don't want to say that Glenn doesn't have a better attitude. It's part of the show where he scream at everybody. But yeah, I want to build it in a different way, and if he can, I can. Rob, BV2 from PV. To bass amp. Oh, okay. Never heard that one. It rocks. Yeah, PV. Back in the 90s, PV was making really good stuff. And even the Bandit transistor amp, if used correctly with maybe a new speaker in there, because the speaker is what matters the most in a PA system. Bass cab, guitar amp, speaker. Speaker is 80%, 90% of the tone. If you have good speaker, it's gonna work. Speaking of speaker, we have Kumar here asking which is the best PA. Well, if you want to have my opinion on that, I would say the L-Acoustic K3 is the best one that I've tried. It may be big for a lot of venue, because the last time I tried one, it was on an outside festival for 40,000 people, but it's the best PA that I've ever tried. Is it the best one for you? Maybe not. There are, you know, there are better option and probably more affordable option. If you want to know what PA is best, tell me a little more about what's your budget, how many people that you have, what's the size of the room that you want to cover, and we can go from there. On the affordable side, a couple brands that I really like is the QSC. I tried the new QSC stuff, the LA 108 and the LA 112. Awesome PA for what it is. It's expensive. We're talking about $5,000 per speaker. It's a line array. You need to have at least $2. So if you know, start to count, the money adds up quickly when you have Tubs subwoofer for that. Yeah, it's really gonna go fast into the $15,000. $50,000. Yes, I said that right. Not $50,000 for a PA, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to last for a long time. It's going to sound amazing. Is it the best one for you? I don't know. Maybe sometimes the answer is just having 2 speakers on a sticks with subs, and it's going to be fine. It depends on, again, the size of your room. The BV2 is a SVT competitor. Okay. So good to know. I guess it's like the R-Keys of this world. It's like the Patrick is talking about the Carvin. It's bass amp is really subjective, and as long as you keep it clean, I think they pretty much all sound the same. Once you start to overdrive them, this is where they have different color. You know, an overdriven SVT doesn't sound anything like an R-Key. It's really a matter of taste. Well, it's like guitar amp, you know, clean guitar amps are roughly the same thing. Well, you can tell a difference between a Fender Twin and a JCM 120, but a lot of people won't. So as soon as you start to do, distortion, a Marshall doesn't sound anything like a Sultano or a Boogie. It's not driving the same thing, but overdriven guitar at some point all sound the same. So, you imported a Carvin 600 watt bass amp for a friend years ago. Super great. Yeah. Super gear, super great amp. Actually, bass amp, as long as you don't overdrive them. Yeah. Played a blues festival. They had an HK sound, which was working great, but don't know if it was the best. $25,000 for indoor for like tribute. Yeah, sure. Go with my recommendation nowadays. I just fell in love with the QSC. For 300 people, maybe you can look at the smaller LA 108. LA 108, maybe 4 to 6 tops with 2 subs, if not 3. Sure, it's gonna be within your budget and it's gonna work awesome. It also depends. I mean, if you want something bigger, maybe a passive system, a used passive system will be way more affordable. It's like, if you want to go brand new, right now I would say QSC. It's the last one that I tried that I believe is great. If you willing to go used system like where I'm working, yeah, LA 108. Exactly that one, Kumar. Dan Slay speaker. Never heard of those, Robert. But if you're willing to go in the used market, there are plenty of old PA available for really cheap. Like where I'm working right now at OVTech, we have an Eastern A730. Awesome PA. It's been used. It's been outside. It's been in the rain. But it's been serviced really well, and it's gonna sell for probably around what you're talking there, but you're gonna get double, if not triple, the amount of PA for that price. We know we have 12 line array tops, so you can do 6 per side. Plus we have 8 SB1000 with replaced speaker. EAW released a double the power version of the same driver. So instead of 1,000 watts per speaker, it's 2,000 watt. So we have 8 4,000 watt subs with that, and we have the amplifier to drive these. And like for around 25k USD, this is what we're asking, I believe, for the PA right now. It's up for sale, and you're gonna get way more and way more volume for the same price, but quality wise it's comparable. But ease of use, I will take the QSC nowadays, honestly. QSA LA 108, you can go up to, I believe it's 4 per side. L Acoustic is awesome. I'm a huge fan of the L Acoustic stuff, Patrick. But the price and the availability of those system is in a different range. For $24,000, I don't know what you would get from L Acoustics. Maybe a couple speakers, maybe the smaller line array, $2 or $3 per side. But they're all passive. So you need to have amplifier and cables, and it's not as easy to install as the QSC. But if it's a fixed system, it doesn't really matter at that point. It could be a pain in the butt to install, but you're doing it once and forget about it. Yeah. L Acoustic is a great option to look out for. If you can find an old DV Dusk, I love those PA. DV Dusk, they sound a little bright, but if you just tame that 4K a little bit, well, actually, go take a look at my vlog. I have the two bigger one that I have, where I'm talking about the L Acoustic PA. I have a DV Dusk, or a V Dusk, I believe it's something stupid as like 16 tops per side with an enormous amount of subwoofer. And yeah, I love them. L-Acoustic is my favorite brand of PA, but for the budget, I think a used L-Acoustic system would be the same price as a brand new QSC system. Both are good, but I don't know. And the permanent installation, indoor, 300 people. Yeah, a DV Dusk would do. It's also another option. A DV Dusk would do fine. Or another, how do you call it? Arc kit. Arc from L-Acoustic will also be good. Be on the lookout for L-Acoustics. You know, we all know the usual suspect. Mayer Sound, L-Acoustic, DNB. Now the QSC, I can add them to that list. And what else is there? You know, in the big JBL. I'm a huge fan of the Vertex series, even if it's really old. Will a LA108 reach good quality until 100 feet? Yes, definitely. Yes. It's made to throw more than that. It's made to throw around 300. So indoor, yes. And okay, the thing is, the easiest PA to use that I know of right now would be the LA108. Because the system, when you build it, they have RF sensor in between the box. At the front, if you put your hand on it, you will see there's a little glass. That's an RF system. The PA is the array is talking to each other. All the speakers are talking to each other, and also they are Dante, meaning you can have one. Well, actually, power-wise, you only need one power cable for the whole system. It's crazy. It's not asking for a lot of power. And control-wise, you have a really good software. And even if you don't have a software, there is a intelligent system in that PA where the bucks are talking one to another. You plug them in. They look like they send RF signal one to another, and they go like, okay, I'm the one on the top, there is no box on top of me. And they talk, the second box realize it's the second box in the array, and all the way until you reach 6 bucks. And it's gonna align the system because it knows the angle it's at, and it knows how many bucks is there in the array. The system is gonna build itself, knowing the angle, knowing the amount of box, and it will apply the factory EQ to that setup. Because somebody in a Cubic chamber built that setup, tried the smart, use a smart and analyze, and they made an EQ curve for 1 box, 2 bucks, 3 bucks, all the way to 6 with all the different angles of the box, and they give you that. Basically, you turn on the PA. You just go, there's a one button in the back, I believe, to push, and it will auto-assign all the speakers. And it's also Dante. So if you have a wing, if you have a, well, you do have a wing, Kumar. If you... My bad. If you have a Dante card on your wing, it will be just a single cable. Dante cable from your console in the PA, go to the other one, plug everything, no XLR, you can control that over Dante. It's awesome. So we've been going for almost 2 hours, man. It goes fast. It goes fast when you are in such a good company. In matter to keep this stream interesting, I'm gonna stop it here. We're gonna call it a day. We're gonna call it a stream. It's a really simple system to use. Kumar, yes, you'll be right with that. Okay, on that note, thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate that you take your Monday afternoon, evening, and spend it here with me. It's always a pleasure to see you guys here. It's so fun to have conversation, and you guys are keep pushing stuff my way. You teach me a lot. I hope I can answer most of you guys a lot of questions. It's so fun to interact with you guys. This week, I'm gonna try to set up a Discord channel for me. I'm gonna have a couple, different chat in there, and I'm probably gonna spend some time in there with you guys. So be on the lookout for that. And until the next one, and until we have a Discord channel to do these kind of conversation pretty much all the time as you want, and helping out one another, I want you guys to please take care of yourself. I see you all later. Take care.